Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. I want to say that this video is long awaited, but it's probably not long awaited from any of you. It's long awaited from me because I feel like I have been waiting for this package to arrive for so long now. It has arrived from Colourpop. This is my first ever Colourpop order, and I want to talk about a few things today. I'm going to talk about the ordering process and what it was like to get these items that I have been waiting for. I'm going to unbox them because I have not opened this yet. I have kept my hands off of it. Picked this up at noon today on my lunch break. And I am going to swatch the eyeshadows and lip swatch the lip products that are in here. I'm not going to talk about Colourpop as a company because I did that in my previous video where I was testing one of their Ultra Satin Lip products. I will link to that down below if you want to go and watch that. But I am going to talk before I open this about what the process was like to get this from Colourpop, because it was a little frustrating. So I have been wanting to get some stuff from Colourpop for a while. I saw their Yes Please palette being released, I don't know, 2 months ago now, the original release of it. And I was really excited about it because I love the look of the colors and I'd really wanted to try Colourpop pressed shadows. And it was a 9-pan palette for $16, so it seemed like a really, really good price to get that many of their pressed powder shadows. And I set my alarm to make sure that I was ready to order when it was released because I knew it was going to be a popular release. So I was refreshing the page. Then it came up, I clicked on it and got it into my cart. That was $16, and then I had other products I wanted to buy to get to my $50 to reach free shipping to Canada. So I went and sort of looked through the other things, put them into my cart, other lip products, some of the Super Shock shadows, all of that, all excited, and then hit checkout. And it said, one of the items in your cart is no longer available. I did not know that putting an item into your cart, and it's not like it took me a long time, maybe not even 5 minutes to collect the rest of the things into my cart that I want to buy. And in that time, it had sold out. So because I had not checked out yet, it didn't stay in my cart. It seems strange to me that putting something into your cart doesn't hold it while you do the rest of your shopping. I can understand if I went away and there had been no movement on my cart in 30 minutes, that they would maybe time me out, or even 10 minutes, but I was still doing things and clicking around the site. So I got frustrated and I shut it down. I was like, the heck with it. The second time it was re-released, I think was within the first few days of me starting the new job that I'm at, and I wasn't going to be doing online shopping from work. It just wasn't going to happen. So the stars aligned that the third re-release, I guess it was a time when I was going to be able to buy it. And I think also the hype had died down a bit, and they were releasing the new Colourpop concealers on the same day. So I think more people were going for the brushes and the concealers than for the palette. But what I actually did this time is went in, made a list of exactly the color and the products that I wanted to get myself up to that $50 so that I could do it as quick as I could. And actually my plan this time was that I was going to go in a couple of minutes ahead, get everything else, and then put the palette into my cart as the very last item, except the site was down for them to put the concealers and brushes on and didn't come back up until the time. Anyway, point was, finally got it. But it was frustrating to get there because I think if you put something into your cart, you should have it in there until you check out. My second slight bit of frustration came from an offer that they have pop up on their website when you go there, which is get $5 off your first order with Colourpop, and all you have to do is put in your email address. It appears. So I put in my email address and, did that. And then when I went to my email, I realized that you don't actually get the code for the $5 off your first order until you subscribe to their newsletter. It's not a big deal. You just subscribe, and if you don't want it after you use the code, you just, delete it or unsubscribe. But it just would have been easier if they said subscribe to our newsletter and get $5 off your first order with Colourpop. So I did my order on July 27th and I got my confirmation email right away about it. And it did tell me that due to high demand, orders may be delayed 4 to 5 business days, and thanked me for my patience, which was, you know, a little frustrating, but I knew that they were doing a big release on that day of new products, so it's understandable, and I prefer that they tell me rather than me just waiting and wondering why it hasn't shipped yet. Another little glitch seems to be about 2 days after placing this order, maybe the next day, I got a notice saying there's things waiting for you in your shopping cart. You know, sometimes if you go and do online shopping and leave things in the cart and then click away, it will tell you to come back and buy them. It did that. And I thought, well, no way, I placed the order. So there seems to be a little glitch where it doesn't recognize that I finished paying and checked out. So the package actually shipped 4 days later on July 31st and provided me with a UPS tracking code for me to follow it through my delivery. It did seem to take a long time for the delivery though, because it arrived for me today on the 10th of August, and 10 days is a long time in my opinion for shipping. I mean, maybe it's not, but here in Canada, if something ships from within Canada, you're gonna get it within like a day if it's local, 2 days, you know, provincial, 3 days if it's anywhere across the country. So here is my final frustration, and some of this can't be helped, maybe all of it can't be helped, but I ended up ordering $58 worth of products from Colourpop in American money. Now, because there's always the exchange rate over to Canada, it ended up costing me $74.77 Canadian when the exchange happened, which I understand, that's gonna happen. I'm buying products from the States in American money. It's going to be higher when it gets into Canadian money. What I was not expecting, and I don't know, and maybe some of you watching from Canada can tell me, what I didn't expect was when I went to go pick up my package today at Canada Post, I then had to pay $19.50 Canadian in taxes and duties for the package. I've had this happen with one order before that was like a $450 product that I was buying from the States. And I feel like that was around $40 or $50 total. So I don't quite understand why a $58 American order has $20 Canadian of taxes and duties on it. It's just, it feels like a lot. So really, this order for me ended up costing $95 Canadian, thereabouts, for what was $58 American of Colourpop products. All of this to say that it ended up being more expensive than I expected it to be, but I have heard just in the last couple of days, it was announced that Colourpop is going to be for sale in Sephora. This seems a little odd for me because, as you know, I usually talk about like drugstore level prices, Sephora level prices, and then like high-end prices. There usually isn't anything even drugstore priced in Sephora, never mind like lower than drugstore, which is Colourpop. But for those of us Canadians, hopefully, if it's also here in Canada, it means easier buying, better shipping, and no like taxes and duties. It'll just be that much easier for us. And apparently Colourpop is going to be the same price in Sephora as it is through their website. So that's the boring, frustrating part over with. Let's get into popping this package open, this made in LA package, and get into the good stuff. Okay, I am very excited. Yay, and here are my products. So let me show you what I bought. The main point of this order was to get this Yes Please Pressed Powder Shadow Palette. So it comes in this box that has the names of the colors on the back, and the palette slides out. On the front it says Cute AF, and on the back it also has the color names, and it seems to have made it here unscathed. So it's actually, I was thinking in my head it was a 9-pan palette, but it is actually a 12-pan palette. So I am going to insert some swatches of this later on in the video. Next, I want to try some of their original formula shadows. So I have some of those here that I will swatch as well, and only one of them seemed to get a little messed up in shipping, but that's just the box. And basically once I open these, I'm not going to use the boxes anymore. So this is fine. Everything seemed to have made it here okay. And then I went a little nuts with some lip products. Again, a couple of them seem to have gotten a little crumpled up, but that's just the boxes. That should be fine. And we will get into doing some lip swatches of these as well. Finally, there's some paper stuff in here. This is just my order sheet. This is just a cute little Colourpop postcard, and it says, "Hey there, let us celebrate," haha, with a little head of lettuce. So I have 5 lip products to put on, and I'm going to start with the Ultra Glossy Lip that I got in the color Fairy Floss, which is a nude. I'm going to, that's what the box looks like. I'm going to do a try on of this just without anything on my lips as I am now, and then I'm going to try layering this over one of the other lipsticks just a little later on when I'm trying it on. So the Ultra Glossy Lip provides extreme shine with a cushion-like feel and no stickiness. It smooths and conditions the lips and leaves them looking fuller and healthier, and you can apply it alone or over a lippy pencil or lippy stick. And it's available in 3 finishes, which I didn't realize. There's sheer, creme, or metallic. Oh, if I actually look at the box here, it says sheer on it. There's absolutely no smell to it. Now that is a very subtle nude shine. And that is the Ultra Glossy Lip in Fairy Floss. The next one I have here is the Blotted Lip, and this is in the shade Sucker. And it says here about the Blotted Lip that it's our newest lip formula, which I'm not sure is true. I think the Ultra Blotted Lip has come out since then. It's a sheer matte lipstick that leaves a light to medium coverage tint, creates a diffused lipstick look that you can build to desired intensity, and you apply like a lip balm. It's smaller than I expected it to be. Like, if you can compare it to all of the other Colourpop boxes, it's about 2/3 of the size. So this is what it looks like. And it has the shade down here on the end. Wow, the shade on the end really does not match the shade that it is. It looks very red down here on the end, but this is the shade that I went for, which once again is called Sucker. That is one coat of it. It's a little on the subtle side, although because it's a brighter color, it's a little bit bright. I'm going to try to layer it up one more layer to see if I can get a little bit more intensity, as it said. This is the Colourpop Blotted Lip in Sucker. Next, I'm going to try the Ultra Blotted Lip, which there is not a description of in the little pamphlet that they provided. This one is called Lip Hooray. And it doesn't show me what color it is. This is going to be a surprise for both of us because I forget. Oh, this is very much a nude kind of color that I like. As you can see, the look of the Ultra Blotted Lip is close to all their other lippies like the Ultra Satin and the Ultra Matte. Let's give this a try. It feels very smooth and a thinner and smoother formula than the Ultra Satin Lip, which feels a little thicker and creamier, but this feels really nice on the lips. So this is the Ultra Blotted Lip in Lip Hooray. Next up, I have this slightly mangled creme gel liner. I got this in the color Crybaby. Again, don't remember what it looks like. It looks purple? Oh, that's because it's not a lip liner. This is a eyeliner. And I thought it would be nice for lining the waterline, but I do notice, well, now it's not doing it, but this has come unattached from whatever is in there. Get back down in there. Okay, so I'm gonna have to be careful with this. I'll do some swatches of this when I do the swatch of the palette. So finally, in the lip products, I got just a plain lippy stick to see what this is like. This is in the color Aquarius, which I believe was one of the ones that was done in collaboration with Kathleen Lights. And I just thought it looked like a pretty brown neutral. You can see I've got a lot of neutrals here. I just wanted to get colors that I would wear and get a lot of use out of. So this is what the lippy stick looks like. And then there it is. That is so creamy. That is so creamy. So this is the Colourpop Lippy Stick in Aquarius. Now the very last thing I'm going to do is layer the Fairy Floss Gloss over top of Aquarius. Oh my gosh, yes, that is so pretty and so moisturizing and just so beautifully nude. I really like this. So far all of these seem like winners to me. What I'm going to do is keep testing these over a number of days, a couple of weeks, so that I can come back and give you a bit of ranking and some thoughts on what I think of all of these lippy stick products and glosses and just the whole shebang. What I'm going to do next is insert some swatches of the palette, just finger swatches, because what I plan to do when I come back in a couple of weeks is do the ranking of the lip products, give some feedback there, but then also give a review on the palette and do a few looks with it, let you know what I think. So for now, we're just going to do some finger swatches of the palette, the Super Shock Shadow, and then also the eyeliner as well. So the first one that I'm going to be swatching here is a Super Shock Shadow in Girly. It's a little underwhelming. Let me try again. It's a funny, like, creamy marshmallow texture, but it doesn't necessarily pick up a whole lot. Okay, I mean, it's a nice light color. I was expecting a bit more. Next, I have a Super Shock Shadow in the shade Donna. Oh, now that one. That is a really pretty forest green color. Yes, that one came out really nice. Next I have an ultra metallic Super Shock Shadow in Banana Daiquiri. It's funny how wet these feel. Oh, that is beautiful. Okay, wait. This is a pressed pigment in Hot Toddy, but on the back it says, not for eye area. What? Does anyone know about this? It feels creamy and not quite as wet as the others. But like, that's a beautiful color, but why does it say it's not for the eye area? And finally, I am going to swatch this eye pencil. This is in the shade Cry Baby. And okay, it's a very, very light violet, but I think as a waterline, lower waterline, that might be really pretty. Here we go. Here is the Yes Please palette, and I'm going to swatch across the top row, across the middle row, and across the bottom row, and try to do them all on one arm. So let's start out with this one. This is a matte shadow called Full Zip. Okay, that is very much my skin tone. Next is a matte called Big Cocktails. It's a pretty orange. Next is another matte called Champs. Okay, that's a very pretty peach color. And next a shimmer called Bling. Oh, that is a pretty satin, shimmery metallic color. Not so much shimmer as metallic satin. Starting on the next row, we have Louis. Ooh, that's another pretty same finish, that sort of satin metallic, but that's much more peach. This next one is Butter Cake. Oh, that's also a really nice, I want to say gold, but it's like a yellow gold. Can you see the shine on that? The next one here is Spoiled. Not a huge fan of that shade name. And it's another matte. That time a matte brick red. They're a little patchy, but I bet they're the kind of shade that can be built up, and I will let you know. The next one is a matte called GNO. I have no idea what that means or stands for. So that's an even darker, browner brick color. Next is a yellow matte called Mischief, and it's one of the ones that you notice right away when you look at this palette. Okay, that's pretty. Next is a pretty basic brown called Note to Self. Yeah, that seems like a good matte brown. The last satin one is called Chauffeur. Oh, that has like just enough orange in it to make it like extra bright. And finally, the dark matte brown called French Kiss. And that's a really nice deep chocolate brown. So look at those. I am excited about all of these colors. I can't wait to test them and play with them, see how they last through the day. I am so excited. Thank you so much for joining me for this shipping review, unboxing, swatches, all of the discussion around Colourpop and my first order from them. If you enjoyed this kind of video, please consider giving it a thumbs up so that I know that you enjoy it. If you have comments about anything to do with Colourpop, anything to do with these products, anything in your life whatsoever, leave them in the comments down below. I respond to every comment that I get. If you have not yet subscribed, you can do so by clicking on my face, which I will make appear right here, and I will put one of my old videos here, and you can click there to watch it if you want, and I will see you in my next video. Have a great day. Bye.